Hello everybody, Defense here, and welcome back to Farming Simulator. I just finished cleaning our Rostel Mash here, Nova 330? Is it a 330 or is it 300? 330, I couldn't remember. But yes, we just finished cleaning that, and we're gonna hop right on over and get started with a project over there to seed and fertilize. So let's hop on. Actually, I want to hop in the big boy over here. Get him started. I say big boy, this is just our biggest tractor we have, so I want to pull the seeder with that. Which way is it facing? That way. Oh, I guess I'm going this way. I wasn't paying attention. Brain no work. But yes, how is everyone doing today? I hope you're all doing fantastic. I'm having a good day recording now. We just finished moving about a ton of concrete, almost literally a ton. It's about 1,800 pounds. So it was a rather heavy day so far for me, and we are going to be turning it all into actual liquid cement / concrete tomorrow and laying it out to make a slab, which should be fun. But I'm not going to spend too much time talking about that now because we got some work to do. So we've actually, this is actually pretty much full. So let's just head on over and get started. Looking at everything on our list, I have decided we're going to do soybeans. So, what's it? Y? Yeah, there we go. Oh, look, I only had to click once. Haha! Magic! Sorry. I won't do that again. I got carried away. Alright, so is it X or is it V? It's V. And the upside to doing this, I don't know why I just turned like I just did, is because the field is already done like this, I'll be able to easily tell the differences. The downside is this thing is really, really small. So it's going to be a bit of work to get it to go. And I think what we're going to do is we're just going to hop right into a speedy up bit so I can get this done. I'll probably hop in about halfway through with something to chit chat about. I always have something to talk about. So I think I'm getting better and better at driving, and then I just mess up somewhere. I feel it's something that I have to get used to, because you drive a certain way your whole life, and then you hop in and you get like a third-person view like this, and you forget how to drive. Whoop. I keep clicking V when I mean to click C. I did it twice in the time-lapse there. Actually, let me click C while I'm still here. Yeah, just to make sure we're still going. But yeah, this has actually been pretty fun. I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of a time-lapse there. But what I think we're going to do instead is we're going to leave this. And I know we've kind of left a lot of jobs to workers, and it's probably not smart because it cost me a lot of money. But I want to pick up something and mow down some of this grass and see about baling it up to make silage, because I think that'd be pretty good for us to do. It's decent money. Let me check the money. Actually, you know what? Let's get a worker on this. And we'll just tab over to here, and let's check silage. I don't actually know. I know silage is on here, but I don't know which one of these it is. Let's see. I know it's really good if you have the, whatever one is the biogas. Actually, I don't think there's biogas on this one, but I think it's this one right here at 286 per liter. So that's pretty good, and that's at the barn, which is pretty close. Honestly, it seems I can sell all of the baled like objects at the barn, So what we're going to do is we're going to hop in the Fiat over here and head on down to the store to pick us up a new toy. I'm going to buy this one. It is inexpensive. I'm not going to say cheap, but compared to anything else mowing it is definitely not something that I really should buy and keep long term, but I want to buy it because it looks cool and I'll be able to use it pretty often during this series, and I don't really think it's worth leasing, so I am going to buy it. I always forget how slow this thing is. Ugh. The other one runs, I think, at like a max of either 32 or 36 miles an hour, the Massey Ferguson over there. And then our little Fiat, he's a little slower, but it's got a ton of power for the size. It's one of the top horsepower tractors for the small tractor series. But man, does it drive slow. So, we're almost here at the store. And as I said, we're getting a very small mower. Actually, there's a couple of people that I watch, honestly, a lot of farming videos online, on YouTube, not online, and there's actually a few people that I actually watch who actually use this type of mower. Nope, that's baling tech. Mowers. So normally, I almost always go with the Pottinger setup. You know, this is your front, this is your back. These are both nice, but I haven't really used them. I've always had enough money where I've always hopped straight into there, but right now we only have 20,000. And I'm going to get the Kuhn right here, the FA367T. And this is a pretty nice one. As I said, like, it's only 200 and then 43 per day. So it'd be a lot of days before I got to that price. But I'm just going to buy it. I like it. It's always cool to have. And if I don't end up using it, I can stack it somewhere in the yard and make it look nice as a decorative piece. But as I said, this is one I've seen in real life. There's actually a guy in town who has one as a decorative piece. He doesn't actually use it. But it's small, it gets the job done, and we'll be able to do some mowing with it. So let's hop out and take a better look at it. So yeah, it does roll here, and this is actually done with 2 plates normally. Whoop. You can't really see it on here, but there's 2 plates. One stationary and one moves. Actually, you can kind of see it, maybe? No, it's just one solid piece on here. Yeah, it looks like that's the piece that moves in there, and it just goes back and forth and just cuts the grass while it's inside the tines there. And as I said, it's pretty cool. Maybe when we get it going, I'll be able to show you, because as I said, a lot of the stuff does have like movements. As I said, the fan inside the engine here works, but this is a mod, so I don't know if it does 100%. So, but we're going to do the bit around the field that we're currently seeding. So where we're putting all the soybeans, we're going to go and put some of this in here. We have almost 2.5 hours on this tractor for drive time. I did not notice that. I'm curious as to how many hours I currently have into this game. Wow. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right over here. So let's... we are going to have... Actually, I'm not going to worry about the real mower, which, by the way, is a mod. That's a mod that you can get. It's actually really nice. We're going to go X. We're going to go V. Actually, you know what? Let's keep it up. I want to see if we can see it moving. Let's hop on in here. No, sadly, you can't. But yeah, as I said, there's the 2 pieces. There... Yeah, it looks weird here. But if you look them up, you're able to see, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, as you see there, it just rotates that and cuts it back and forth. And it makes it so you can run out all your grass. And they're very, well, I don't want to say inexpensive in real life, because they are less expensive than most large mowers. But they do have some maintenance on them because of those teeth and the way they work. You do have to maintain the teeth real well. But you can do it with an angle grinder, a whetstone, and anything like that usually works. But we have to get all this done. How's he doing over there? Where is he? Oh, he's over there. I was like, where'd he go? I hope he didn't take my tractor and leave. But yeah, so he's going to keep going on that. And I'm going to do this in a bit of a jump cut. I think time-lapse followed by time-lapse might be a little much. So let me swing on around, and I'm just going to do this stretch first, and then we'll see what we got. Oh, that whole field just changed. Or am I going crazy? That field definitely changed. Alright, but yeah, let me get this strip done right here. and then I'll bring you guys all back. So I actually got carried away. Dinner was ready, so I started. I ate dinner while I mowed the rest of this, and I did the back side and this side here. And when I started doing this side, I went, hey, that field is very golden brown over there. And then I went, oh, that means it's ready. So we can actually get on harvesting. I actually want to see how far along is this guy. Oh, he's only got 12 more passes. It's a very long field to plant because of the size of our planter there. What's he blocked by? Ooh, I always forget how steep that is. Alright, but yeah, we're gonna get the combine set up, and we're gonna... Oh, there's a strip that's not ready yet. That's weird. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Also, I apologize. It's been a bit warm today, so I do have the AC on, so I apologize if you guys hear it randomly in the background. It has just shut off, so we should be good. But, whoop. Okay. I want to take a look. Why is this piece not grown? I don't think I planted stuff way later. Did this not get fertilized or something? No, it's fertilized. Ready to harvest. Growing. Huh. I don't know. Well, I'm just gonna hop in the doohickey over here, the combine harvester, and get her harvested. Hopefully by the second or third pass, our dude over there should be done. So let's hop on in here. I am kind of bummed. I did just wash this today. I was hoping we wouldn't have to use it, but since we do have it, I am perfectly fine doing it. Oh, I forgot that building was that close. I was going to try and take the turn, but I don't think I can. Alright. So to be safe, let's go this way, that way, and around the corner. And I'm going to do this whole field myself. Well, I take that back. I might have to transport, so we might not do it all myself. So let's go V. Let's go B. And let's get canola started. I don't know if canola just has a slow yield or if I did something wrong, because I feel I should have this loaded. You know, I think canola is a small yield if I'm remembering correctly. I don't normally do canola. I usually hop, when I do like personal playthroughs, I hop straight into trying to get like animals up and going, but I thought we'll have some fun and play around with other plant types and such, which is something I'm hoping to do. I want to give like potatoes a try or something like that down the line, which I think it'd be fun to play with. But you know, I don't actually know. I've never done potatoes, so I know nothing about them. I also really want to get rid of the hill, but it's going to cost me a lot of money. That is one of the things I noticed. That's why I am kind of happy that this field is grown, because I cannot afford to finish the grass. I probably could lease the machines, but it's going to be, you know, a couple thousand to get a windrower. And I don't think it's probably worth it. Like, it'll pay it off, but I think I'd pay for the windrower, and that'd probably be it. So I'll have to remember that next time. I did look at, you know, a big old pile of money and go, yeah, I could just spend all of that and be fine with it. But I shouldn't have. I think I should have only done one shed, which honestly would have only saved me 9,000, so like it's not a huge amount of money lost, but I think there were a couple of different ways I could have handled machinery. Maybe started off with one tractor instead of two, worked my way up, or just not bought two fields. But at the same time, this field's way too small, and having the ability to grow multiple fruit types and, you know, different fruits and vegetables would have been really fun. So that's why I ended up buying that one. I think it is a little big for what we have, but I'm happy with it, you know. And I could honestly have just harvested it and sold it. That is a thing you can do. I think it's a little broken, because you get the same price back that you paid for it, so you don't even have to worry about, you know, loss. It's just, you're done, here you go, bye, you know. So it is kind of cheaty. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but it is not something I'll be doing in these playthroughs. Unless you guys don't see a problem with it, like if we bring it up and you guys are like, no, that's perfectly fine, go for it. I'll probably end up doing it, but until then, it's a choice I'm saying no on, because as I said, I do feel it's a little broken, but I am at 90%. That one's still not growing, and I think the reason it didn't grow is I probably kicked it down to normal run speed for a little bit while I was working over there, trying to keep this from growing. At least that was the thought in my head, and then I came over here and was pretty much grown anyway. So we'll have to worry about that, but I'm not too worried. We'll be able to get everything done. But I am going to empty this into our trailer, finish up this last run, and then we'll see how much money we make from dropping it off. And there we go. For now, that's all I can harvest. As you might have seen in the time lapse, I kicked it up to 120 times speed just to see if I could get this to harvest. Get this ready to harvest, but it seems like it's just gonna take a little while longer. So I am just gonna leave it. We'll let it do its thing. I probably actually should pull this up and empty it. I forgot about that part. So I'm gonna roll this on up over to here. We'll get that emptied. I also had to hop over and touch up one little spot on the stuff over there so that everything was planted. There's a couple little bits that I missed, but that whole plant area is now fully planted with soybeans. So that should be a nice little bit. Now let's take a look at canola. That's the little leafy dude. Oh, we're over here in silage because we were looking at that earlier. So that's cotton, isn't it? Where's canola at? My brain no work. Oh no, that is canola. Okay. We're gonna head to Port Southeast, where it is worth $1,400 per 1,000 liters. So let's take a look. And oh, actually, you know, let's shut this off. And we have about 5,000. So, sorry, 7,000. Brain no work. Let's get us a quick ride over there and see what we can make. So, what did I say? Port Southeast. It's over here, right? Yep. Tag. So, oh, actually, we've already been over here before. So, it shouldn't take me too long. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're not taking our little Fiat. He's a bit too slow for this job. Let's hop in the Massey Ferguson. He'll get us over there. I could take the truck, but the truck is a little unwieldy on the roads, if I am honest. So we'll just leave that in the field. It'll be fine. I am hoping to plow this field. I think that helps with the yield, if I remember correctly. So we will give this field a plow. For whatever reason, in my brain, I thought direct seed drills don't require... just cover the whole plowing issue, but it does not seem like that is a thing. As I said, for whatever reason in my brain, I was like, yeah, that's a thing. So we'll have to get a plow and plow that before we do it. So we do have a couple more farm related implements to pick up, and I don't know if we're gonna get them done today, so we'll have to see what happens. Obviously today in game and also episode, so we'll see what happens. Let me swing on over to the port and drop this off. Got we're pulling on in. Let's see. Ooh, okay. Ooh, I thought I didn't make that turn for a second. I got a little scared. But let's get on in here. Let's pop our top. Swing on over here. Bloop and bloop. So I'm thinking close to doubling our money. I'm thinking 12,000. It's probably way off. Probably way off. It's probably going to be like 9K. But either way, it's going to be a good haul. I am kind of bummed that we're not going to be able to sell all of it. 10,000. I was close. I said 9K. I'll take it. So, I think that's a good bit there. Let me get the tractor back on over to the farm, and we'll see what we're going to do next. Alright, I shouldn't be recording this early in the morning. I recorded without even having OBS up. Then I opened OBS up and didn't click record. So, we're here. Let me get you guys caught up on everything we've done so far. So far, We slept so that our canola field would grow. And I woke up to this field over here being fully weeded, fully covered in weeds, and this left strip here being almost fully grown. I don't know what's going on with it. We'll just kind of deal with it. I'm not too worried about it right now, but it is kind of weird to see. I don't know why it's like that, and we'll have to figure it out. But now, we went and bought the Pottinger Top 167. Was it the 167? The 462, sorry. I don't know why I had 167 in my head. And yes, it cost us about 10,000, which the canola paid for. We got a little over 9,000 for the canola, which was nice to have. And we are going to plant that field again. I don't know what I'm going to plant it with. I might do something fun. I might just go for money. I'm undecided. I might even just turn it into grass so that I can get a large amount of hay for later and maybe a bit of silage. Unknown. We'll have to figure that out as I go. But for now, that field is going to remain empty because we have to focus on the field to our right here. Oop, the trees throw me off. Hold on. I should drive in first person more. Probably be easier. But yeah, so as I said, we're worrying more about this field to our right. See what I mean? For whatever reason, my brain goes, turn and you won't be in the tree. But you're still in the tree. Alright, there we go. V. Straight on till morning. Alright. So that guy's done. He's sprayed the whole field. So yeah, as I said, the whole field, I just woke up and the whole field is covered in weeds. I want to get it fertilized next, but I really want to get this stuff done. Even though we should worry about like fields, like crop maintenance and everything. But at the same time, I really want to get this done and out of the way. Because as you can see, the grass is already growing back. And that's just, you know, it looks weird. Because I haven't even finished dealing with it yet. Oh, no. I might have just lost a ton of this. I forgot that's not my land. So throwing it over there means I can't grab it. Let's try and get this a little better lined up. There we go. Right there is my land. I may be able to go a little bit over. I just don't know where the exact land boundary is. So I'm sure if I go to the map and zoom in real close, I can see it. But yeah, I'm gonna... sorry about that. I am going to get the rest of this wind road, not the west of this, and maybe set up to fertilize that field. And then once I come back, we'll be able to get the rest of this baled up and ready to go. Defense tired. I've actually just wrapped up doing all the concrete for the area that I was talking about earlier. And it was 2,200 pounds of concrete that I had to move, mix, and lay. Which is a lot of work. I don't know if anybody's ever done concrete before. This is the largest concrete project I've ever had, and I don't ever want to do one bigger. It was honestly brutal. But it was fun. It was a learning experience for something that big, and it was a lot of work. And it's made me very tired. But I really want to play Farming Simulator. So we are going to finish wrapping up some bales. Whoop. I don't have my headphones on, because as I said, well, they're broken, but... they kind of work, but they kind of don't work, so it's kind of an annoyance. But we do have to wrap up this field. I did kill some time and windrowed at least this whole section into a solid singular row over here, just so I won't have to worry about loss on the side. I didn't do this end, and then the other end I only did it to 2. So we'll have to play around with that and figure our stuff out. But for now, I'm just going to continue on. It shouldn't take us too long to get this done. I'll probably keep you guys through for most of it. And whoop, I thought we were picking up. My bad. Yeah, sometimes I forget. No, stop rolling away. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. And we're going to have to run my own stuff over because I'm a dummy and I left a bunch on the edge here, which was right in here, which isn't too bad. But as far as I've seen, these are still worth a decent amount of money if I'm remembering which symbol is silage. Whoop, let's back out just a little bit. I think it's this one is silage. If I remember correctly, that's silage. I found out today that this is lumber because I was checking out some stuff over by the sawmill And yeah, so that's lumber. I know silage is usually worth the most, so I'm going to assume that the 356 is silage. So that's actually pretty good. It's per 1,000 liters, and each of these bales is about 4,000. So we make about 1,200 bucks per bale, which is pretty nice. It's not insane, but it's still going to get the job done. So I cannot complain too much. Yeah, this one here I probably could have done a little better making it neater. But yeah, let me finish this up. We'll see how many bales we get. And I'm probably going to sell them all. I'm not going to say 100% I'm going to sell them all, but we're probably going to end up selling all of these silage bales. I am pretty low on money, but that being said, I think the canola will be ready next episode or the episode after. I just know I don't need the silage for anything right now, and if I do plan on getting cows, I can prep beforehand and kind of get all that set and taken care of. So, yeah, the plan is we're just going to sell all of it. It's right over at the barn, which is honestly right on the other side of Castle Hill there. So, wrap up, and then I'll pick them up. Just went to the farm to grab my trailer and remember to turn it in. Well, I completely forgot I had turned it in, and I didn't plan on turning it in. But we're here. We're going to back on up and get hooked up so we can pick up those bales. I don't actually know how many we've made. Let me take a look. Actually, oh, wrong one. Right here? Yes. So we made 11 bales, so it's going to be a trailer plus one, which is kind of a bummer. Because I went around, I had some left in the baler, and I went through and picked up every little piece I could find to create that 11th bale. Not knowing it was my 11th bale, but I think it'll be fine. We'll be able to get on in here and get these picked up. And as I said, I'm pretty sure it's the barn that's the best price. Yep, the barn. Barn is going to be the best price. And as I said, it's right around the corner. I ended up clipping this corner here with the baler, which is kind of a bummer because it did suck up those plants right there, but I think it'll be fine. We'll be able to continue to use it, and losing that tiny little bit I don't think is going to hurt us too much. The cars were very unhappy. One of my bales rolled into the road here, so they just crashed into it. Traffic in this game is very mean. They just don't like nothing. They don't stop for you. They don't care that you're running a full trailer full of stuff. They're like, yo, get out of my way. I got places to be. Even though I don't know where any of them actually go. I kind of want to follow a set of the cars at one point. I think that'd be fun to do. Whoop. But let me finish picking up the marshmallows so we can bring them on over to the barn and make us a little bit of money, because we're below 10K again, which probably isn't very good. I'm barely hanging on, and it's because I spent way too much in the beginning, but I think this soybean crop should save us. I think it'll help us out a ton, and that'll boost us up. And as I said, I was initially hoping by episode 5 or 6 to be able to get chickens. I think it might get pushed back a bit, just because of how little money I currently have. Because what's a chicken coop cost in this game? Let's take a look. Nope. We gotta go here. Buildings. And let's see. So you have the chicken coop. You have the large chicken coop. And then I have a modded one, don't I? Yeah, there we go. It's still 20K. But it places them on pallets. So I don't have to collect the individual sets of eggs. You know, the individual boxes of eggs. I can just go over there, grab a pallet, put it on, and tow her away. And I think that's the one I'm going to go with. I think that was that another global? I think that might have been a global company one again. For mod. I don't actually know. It's... Ooh, no. I didn't want to buy it. Alright, I'll have to look up who who created that mod. I thought it was a global company one, but it seems that I am wrong. So, as I said, let me finish collecting up the marshmallows here. We'll get them on over to the barn and see how much money we're going to end the day with. Alright, here we are at the barn. We got to put them right on this little load point right here. Boom. So we're at 9,666. It's going to tell us how much we get, but it's nice knowing ahead of time. So let's see what we got. She's floating up. Doot, 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 doot. And I still have 3 left over there, which will be fine. I forgot this one doesn't take 10. Also, I did look into that other... Oh, 11,000. That was actually pretty nice. I did look into that other trailer that I was talking about, the Lizard mod one that holds 10. That one is not auto-load. You do have to load that yourself. So I will probably end up getting it in the future. But for now, it's a no-go because I can't see enough in the front of the vehicle to know what I'm doing with the forks, so I'm gonna say no until maybe we get a telehandler. That's pretty much like a long arm forklift is the best way I can describe it. And they're nice, they get the job done, and they make it way easier to see what's going on. It's funny they put their blinkers on when they're just going around a turn like that. And yeah, I know legally I should have passed them on the road, but meh. The cars are here just for ambience at this point. I just pull around them wherever needed, to be honest. Helps me get the job done. But I think we're going to end up calling it here for today, guys. I do hope you all did enjoy. I'll get myself back over there. I got to clean up all my equipment. It's all a bit dirty. I actually already dropped off the baler and wrapper combo machine over there, just to make sure everything gets cleaned up. It's already in there. But yeah, so I want to thank you. I hope you did enjoy. And I hope you all have a nice night, day, morning, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. This is my defense. I hope to see you again soon. Peace.